Okay, so a lot of Barney songs are actually like really good, like unironically good. Over the years, the big purple guy has dropped everything from jazz bangers to tear-jerking ballads to whatever the the name game is supposed to be.
Rhymes with scary, you must be merry.
And today, we're gonna rank them. I've chosen what I believe the best versions of each song to represent them, and I've scored them across several categories. This includes vocals, instrumentals, catchiness, replay value, and lyrics. This was to ensure it could be as fair as possible, as it was kind of hard for me to make some decisions. But this isn't a scientific list, it's personal. These are the ones that stuck with me, the ones that I've come back to, and the ones I think are peak auditory sensation. Quick favor, if dissecting Purple Dinosaur deep cuts is your idea of self-care, you should like this video and tap that subscribe button before Baby Bob guilt trips the YouTube algorithm. It really helps out the channel and it would mean a lot to me, so you should do it. Did you do it? Awesome, thanks.
Love ya!
I hope you're ready for the top 15 Barney songs of all time. Welcome to the Barney Desk. Okay, so originally this video was a top 10, but there were so many good songs that I just love that I had to make it a top 15. Even then, there were still a few remaining, so here are a few of my honorable mentions that were so close but didn't quite make the cut. These being the Airplane song, BJ's song, the Baby Bob hop, yes, the irony is not lost on me, Being Together, I Just Can't Wait, and Mr. Sun. Rip the goat, you'll be missed. Thoughts and prayers. I just realized I'm gonna have to get creative showing these songs with the YouTube copyright system.
Thanks, YouTube. Anyways,
Now, coming in at 15th place is...
I wanna be a rock and roll star!
BJ's songs are always pretty great in my opinion. I just really like BJ's voice, and this one's no different. It's pretty groovy, it's got a clear 50s vibe, and it's got that laid back energy the whole way through. That being said, it does kind of stay in that same energy the entire way. There's no real elevation. The song talks about how BJ could be a lot of different things, like a teacher or a doctor, but he really wants to be a rock and roll star. I assure you, BJ, the world needs way more teachers and doctors, but sure. Lyrically, it's okay. It's a little bland and forgettable, but not bad. There are backing vocals from Barney and Baby Bop, but they're not super overwhelming, which I appreciate because some Barney songs do get a little word vomity with all the vocals overlap. BJ's vocals have some reverb on them, and they almost sound like they have some noise remover effect applied, if that makes sense, which is a little weird. I chose the version from the Perfectly Platinum album. It's pretty similar to most versions, but I prefer BJ's hit voice over any of his older ones. Overall, good song. Not one of the biggest or the flashiest, but it does what it's trying to do, and it does it well. Moving into number 14 is...
Hey, Mr. Boppity-Bop, I like it the way you let your boppity-bop.
An iconic Barney track for sure. This one goes all the way back to the second Backyard Gang video. But honestly, it's not one of my personal favorites. I'm actually surprised it ended up this high on the list. That being said, I can't deny, it's a funky little song. I went with the Barney Favorites Volume 1 version, but truthfully, most versions sound about the same to me. They're all whatever. The rhyme scheme is cool, especially the I like it the way part. That's just kind of fun to say. Oh my gosh, I'm rhyming now. It's got that interactive vibe too, with the clapping and sound effects, and the beat's very groovy. Plus, the instrumentation is weird, in a good way. There's this one keyboard note at the beginning that just holds forever. It kind of cracks me up every time. It's catchy, it's classic, and it's kind of chaotic in a charming Barney kind of way. Oh my gosh, my alliteration is on point today. At number 13 is...
Hey, 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 we learned something new today.
This is a banger, I love this song. I genuinely can't believe how little it was actually used. It was in Let's Play School, and then some season 12 episode, that's it. There's another version released on the A Great Day for Learning album, but it's not as good. It's a cover with David Wolf's instrumentation. And no offense to David, but Joseph Phillips really knew what he was doing. This song just captures the excitement of learning something new at school. It's cute, it's fun, and all I can picture is just a bunch of kids and Barney pumping their arms up in sync. The lyrics are simple, but super singable, especially that chorus. The instrumental is a little less full than some others, kinda airy, but honestly it works. The whole thing just feels light and happy in the best way. And yeah, this one's got nostalgia on lock. Let's Play School is one of my favorite tapes as a kid, and that one Barney Buddies commercial used this as its background music, and I swear I heard it more there. I'll never forget calling the number in 2010 and realizing it was disconnected. That was devastating. Coming in at number 12 is...
Oh, you are special, special. Everyone is special.
This is a classic in every sense of the word, and honestly probably one of the most important songs lyrically. It's the ultimate Barney anthem of acceptance, and it's the kind of track that can genuinely lift your mood on a bad day. It's simple, but it hits, because to Barney, everyone is special, and everyone has something to offer. That's just a good message, and it's decently deep for a Barney song. And the best part is that it's not some slow ballad, although no disrespect to ballads, but it's pretty upbeat and danceable. Also, everyone in his or her own way flows way better than you'd expect it to. It's catchy, I mean most Barney songs are, but this one sticks around a little longer in your head. I went with the version from Barney Favorites Volume 2, since this one, despite being a franchise staple, really hits the hardest in the early years. Its debut was literally the second song in Barney in Concert, so it's been core to the franchise since day one. That being said, while the instrumental is nice, it kind of takes a backseat here, and the kid vocals they're fine. Not amazing, but it's not about the perfection, it's about the message, and this one's really got that down. Coming in at number 11th is...
Who's the man in the big red suit?
Could Santa be his name?
Okay, I know this one is out of left field. It's literally just the song Bingo, but about Santa. The lyrics are honestly kind of lazy, and by all logic, this really shouldn't be anything special. But for some reason, man, this song absolutely owns me. Like, it has a chokehold on me. I hear it and I instantly start dancing like Barney, like full arm flap, feet shuffle, the whole thing. Now, who is the man in the big red suit? Could Santa be? Okay, the instrumental goes way harder than it has any right to, and Bob West's 1990 Barney voice is really solid here. Easily my favorite BYG Barney performance, vocally. Even the kids sound good here, and let's be honest, that's a rarity for both BYG and Barney in general. It's festive, it's funky, and it's insanely catchy. I'm sorry, but they all cooked it or in this spot. Let me have this. Cracking the top 10 is...
Just imagine, just imagine, just imagine all the things that we...
This one's a big deal. Just Imagine first showed up in Imagination Island, which is also where the Barney Favorites Volume 2 version comes from, and it's easily one of the most important Barney songs ever. Like, foundational level important. This is Bob West's favorite Barney song, and honestly, that's fair. Barney is imagination. That's literally the whole point. The entire franchise hinges on the idea that imagination is powerful and beautiful and worth celebrating, and this song captures that better than almost anything else. The lyrics are sweet and dreamy in that classic Barney way, and Bob absolutely delivers. His vocals here are so tender, it's just enough magic without getting too cheesy or nothing. On re-listen, I found this song actually surprisingly way more up-tempo than I remember. Like, it's still pretty, snappy. It's not a slow ballad or nothing, which helps it stand out. But the real moment, the part that gets me every time, is when it swaps into that key change and the emotional strings start going. That is one of Barney's most devious tricks right there. The key change mixed with strings, and they love to do this. It almost brings a tear to my eye. That being said, there are other times this happens where I do sob like a baby, so more on that later. Coming in at 9th place is...
Everything's better with a friend.
Yeah!
This one's not as deep as Just Imagine or Everyone is Special, and honestly, it wasn't even one I remembered from my childhood. But when I first heard it about a year ago, I knew that it would climb the ranks fast for me. It's just such a super cute, fun song, and I love Joe Phillips' hit-era instrumentation here, even if he's a little trigger-happy with the saxophone, but it works in this one. It's bouncy, it's cheerful, it's cute. Dean doesn't do a half-bad job on vocals either, probably because they're tuned and they're pitch-corrected. And I don't mean that as a dig. If it's done well, tuning can actually make a performance way more listenable, and this is one of those times. I used to kind of resent this song, or at least the idea of it, for replacing I Love You in season 10 and 11, but honestly, it's grown on me so much that I don't even care anymore. My favorite version of this is from Welcome Cousin Riff, when Riff just starts ad-libbing and shouting over the track.
Yeah!
One thing I actually kind of noticed is that Riff almost always takes the lower octave when he's singing in a group. It's subtle, but once you hear it, you can't unhear it, and it's most notable in this song. Technically, Perfectly Platinum uses the same version from the episode, minus the little dinos, but I'm counting both because they're so similar. Anyways, this is just a genuinely lovable song. Cute, catchy, and criminally underrated. In 8th place, we have...
If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, so what a rain that would be.
Now this is a certified hood classic. One of the most iconic Barney songs of all time, dating all the way back to BYG, and it's had a ton of versions over the years, because they knew they had a hit on their hands. And of all the Barney songs to make it into Barney's feature film, Barney's Great Adventure, this is the one they brought. Well, this and I Love You, of course. And that's the version I have chosen. In the film, Barney and the kids crash this classy restaurant trying to find the magic egg, and to distract the crowd, Barney just hops on stage and starts belting out a big band jazz version of the song. And I mean, he's going for it. This is easily one of the coolest renditions of any Barney song. It's got that bar-style piano, lush strings, bold brass, and even Barney scatting. Big props to Bob West here, he really cooks. This one just makes you want to move and dance and put on a fedora and start sliding around the room. It's amazing. The only downside is that the movie keeps cutting away to the kids talking to random restaurant patrons, which is not what I want to be hearing. But don't worry, I made a version with the dialogue and the sound effects removed so I could properly judge it. I might release it one day, we'll see. Now obviously lyrically this song is kind of nonsense. It's literally about licking raindrops that taste like gumdrops. Also they rhyme drops with drops with drops. I get that's the bit, but it's still a little weird. And even though the Great Adventure version has 4 choruses, it only includes the first 2 and then just repeats the first one twice. Luckily they break it up with some solid Barney scatting, so I'm not mad. It's silly, but it's really good. It's jazzy, it's classic, it's got all the trimmings, and this version absolutely swings. Well done, BGA. Coming in at 7th place is...
I love you, you love me.
Everyone knows this song. It is foundational, a cornerstone of the franchise. It's simple, it's sincere, and it reinforces the most important message in all of Barney: love. It's not flashy or deep lyrically, but it doesn't need to be. It's unshakably pure, a song that everyone can sing. That kind of simplicity is the point. And let me just throw this fun fact out there. During the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, 17 kindergartners got trapped in an elevator for 5 hours. And you know what calmed them down? Singing I Love You. And apparently the adults that were also trapped with them said this is what helped them stay calm. If that's not an indication of the song's power, I don't know what is. Now, picking one version of I Love You felt borderline impossible. I considered going with the Dean Went version from really any album post-2003. They're all basically the same. But then I remembered one version that hit me just a little bit harder than the rest. And I was shocked because it was also performed by Dean. Because no secret, I've never been Dean's biggest fan, but this one. I'm talking about the acoustic version from Season 11, Episode 3, The Sleepless Sleepover. This thing is devastating in the best way. You got this warm crackle of a campfire, a soft acoustic guitar strumming in, and then Barney starts to sing. And I swear it might be Dean's best performance ever. He's a little pitchy, yeah, but there's a rawness to it that actually adds something. His voice is quieter here, more gentle, like a lullaby, and it fits the context perfectly. And then, that flippin' key change hits. The strings swell in, and so do the waterworks. Barney's voice stays solo, which gives the whole thing this really vulnerable, intimate feel, especially when he pushes into the higher notes. It doesn't feel performed, it feels like Barney is really singing to you. This is really only about the song, but the visuals during the episode show clips of all the characters sleeping, and then flashbacks of them with Barney. It feels like a whole love letter to friendship and childhood memories. Then even more strings kick in for the final bit there, and Barney gently says goodnight. At that point, I'm just gone. I'm fully sobbing on the floor in tears, puddle, raindrops. This version captures something that's hard to describe. It's not just about the song, but it's about what the song means. The quiet moments at the end of a long day, the feeling of being safe and seen and loved. It's the emotional core of Barney wrapped up in a lullaby. And for that, it earns its spot here. Coming into number 6 is...
But while I'm brushing my teeth and having so much fun, I never let the water run.
Wow, what a tone switch up. This is probably the Barney song that's most engraved in my brain. Like, I hear the opening beats and I'm already doing the dance routine. That being said, yeah, I still let the water run sometimes. I'm sorry, Barney. This song is an absolute bop. It's funky, it's danceable, and the bass line and horn samples are borderline comedic in how aggressive they are. I picked the season 3 version because that's when it's at its most hype. The song's energy is cranked way up compared to the seasons both before and after. They really did not have to go this hard about a song about brushing your teeth. The only thing holding it back from being even higher is Carlos. My guy is just a little too off key here. It's not unlistenable, but it definitely stands out. Still, the overall swag is too swag to deny. They cooked. Over a toothbrush! Now in the top 5 is...
Anything can happen. Anything can be.
Straight out of Come On Over to Barney's House and its accompanying album, Barney Rocks, this song is a crime scene in terms of how underused it is because holy flip, this thing screams whimsy. It starts all light and stringy, kind of like you're about to walk into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and then Barney comes in, the drums kick up, and by the end it's a full-blown whimsical jazz pop explosion. Joe Phillips was in his bag here. All these pianos and horns and flutes. This little bright cheeky horn sound right here is my favorite thing ever. Take a listen. The song itself is all about imagination and spontaneity. How when you're in Barney's house, even the most ordinary moments can turn into an adventure. It's a really good establishing song and really gets you excited to explore the Barney residence. Also, Duncan absolutely snapped here. He's actually a really enthusiastic singer, which goes a long way in this song. Dean! I like the way he stretches.
In this house.
And could be a cat, or maybe a mouse. That's so fun. It's top tier. The whole line is great. Although once a friend of mine sent me a clip of Duncan like ad-libbing, and it was all cut together, and to be honest, he kind of sounds like Mario.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't even have much more to say about this one. It's just really good. It's fun, it's underrated, and it deserves so much more love. Anything can happen in this house, and apparently that includes a full musical number. Put my name on the list, chap. Coming in at number 4 is...
First you hop, 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 all over the place.
Another Barney Rocks track, and another BJ song. And honestly, it's way higher than I expected, but you know what? It deserves it. This thing is catchy. BJ's little ad-libs are great, and you can tell he's having the time of his life in the recording booth. Duncan as Barney nails the vocals again. Seriously, he's 2 for 2 on this album. There's this contagious energy here that's just hard to ignore. Also, massive points for being a dance tutorial song that literally anyone can follow. It gets kids moving, gets the audience involved, and actually holds up choreo-wise. That interactive quality gives it major replay value. The only reason it's not cracking the top 3 is the lyrics. They're a little surface level compared to the deeper or more musically complex stuff higher up, but for what it is, it's a banger. We're now moving into the top 3. Taking home the bronze in 3rd place is...
Colors all around the world, for every boy and girl.
Man, I love this song. It's so good on so many levels. It's hype, it's exciting, it's musically tight, the rhymes hit, the lyrics hit, it's just all around gas. Almost every single line is gold. Like, come on, you got orange is a pumpkin, orange is a carrot, orange is an orange. We can share it. And if you can't see what is purple and green, just take a look at Barney and see what I mean. Bars, actual bars. This song is infectiously catchy, and you physically can't sit still while it's playing. It's got that energy that makes you bounce without even thinking about it. The minute it starts, I start scurrying back and forth like a crab. Now, I had a hard time deciding which version to go with, the Barney Rocks version or the one from Birthday Bash. And like usual, the problem is fucking Dean Went. It's a joke. It's a joke. Legally. Because in most cases, I think Birthday Bash has better production. The instrumentation pops and the little dinos are great. But Dean is just straight up missing notes left and right on that one. Why was he not pitch corrected? I'm so sorry, Dean, but Hit made you look like a silly Billy. So I went with the Barney Rocks version. Duncan just does a far better job here. He's definitely ad-libbing a lot. Like every other line has a yip, or a woo, or a oh yeah, but it's also kind of cute. Also, this version ends on this adorable little moment where Baby Bop keeps singing even after the music stops, and Barney gently goes, "The song's over."
Colors all around for every boy and girl. Hey, where'd everybody go?
The song's over.
I thought we were still singing.
That's a pretty cute moment. Certified Bop, and it's only number 3. Taking home silver and in 2nd place is...
Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination.
If you're no stranger to this channel, you already know I love the Barney theme song, and honestly, you're probably surprised this isn't number 1. We'll get there, but first, let's talk about this absolute beast. It's the Barney theme song. The drum fill smacks you right off the bat, and then the horns just transcend you to a planet where nobody's ever heard of taking a chill pill. My gosh, is it ever exciting. It's catchy as gyat, the lyrics are instantly burned into your brain, and it perfectly sets the tone for the learning and the wonder that's about to unfold. Now, choosing which version of the theme song was hard. Lions is the classic, Lyric is hyped, jazzy, big band fun, and Hit is just pure adrenaline. It really came down to the Lyric version versus the Hit version for me, and honestly, my opinion might change on any given Tuesday, but for this list, I'm going with the Hit version, specifically Season 11. Just to clarify, this ranking is based off of the song itself, not the visuals. This one is the second theme song composed by Joe Phillips. He also did Season 4 to 6, but my gosh, did he ever cook here. This is like borderline his magnum opus. The whole thing gets a modern glow up, a super full, rich big band, kid pop hybrid, and I can't describe how hype this sounds musically. That horn intro is the single biggest dopamine rush I've ever gotten from a theme song. And it doesn't stop there. The whole thing is stacked. There's bass, guitar, a synth flute that comes in with the vengeance, and tons of little counter melodies layered under the main ones. The arrangement here is ridiculously intricate, yet all flows together into a beautiful, intense piece. Vocal-wise, they're clean, they're solid, they're probably the most sanitized and polished I've ever sounded, which isn't necessarily a bad thing here. They do their job, they let the instruments cook. The reason I chose Season 11 is because of that extended little synth flute solo at the end of the song. It like edges you a little before getting to the instrumental bit at the end. Very, 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 very good song. But you might be wondering what number 1 is, but before you do, if you've enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and liking.
Love ya!
Taking home the gold in first place, the best Barney song is...
Can you hear it? Listen up! I hear music everywhere.
I knew this would land somewhere in the top 3, heck, even top 2, but honestly, it deserves number 1. This isn't just the best Barney song, this is one of the best children's songs of all time. I will die on this hill. You will bury me in a riff-shaped coffin. Yes, it's the theme song of my beloved little orange dinosaur, but I promise this isn't biased, the song is just that good. At its core, it's all about riff hearing music in everyday life. In the wind, the trees, the rain, the sound of a train, and the composition reflects that perfectly. There are so many layers going on here musically. It starts with Riff doing a little rhythmic scatting over a cowbell and soft drums. Then this little acoustic guitar kicked in and suddenly you're in it. And then the chorus hits, and it's funky, it's bouncy, it's bright, and it just makes you want to move. After the first chorus, strings sneak their way in under the verse, and I don't know why, but it reminds me of Billie Jean, and how it does the same thing. That's probably just the MJ in my brain making connections again. If you know, you know. But the saxophone, the brass, they just keep punching through. Every new layer is this little dopamine hit. The lyrics are sensory-based and super descriptive. Nothing complex, but very effective. And the chorus is so easy to sing along to. It's 100% without a doubt the catchiest Barney song ever made. The whole thing just radiates innocence. It feels honest and genuine. You can hear Riff's love for music in every single line he sings. Michaela Dietz absolutely crushes it. Those little wowzers and ad-libs sound like joy literally bursting out of him. The bridge hits with a key change, and Riff reaches up for those higher notes with this sweet, raspy little vulnerability, and it's adorable. It's hands down my favorite riff has ever sounded. That whole little listen up bit right before the final chorus is such a cute touch. That's the moment where you feel like Riff is trying to bottle up childhood wonder and hand it to you personally. And here's the thing, I genuinely believe this song was designed to make a splash, like bigger than Barney. They worked overtime to make this one amazing, and it almost feels like plans for a backdoor pilot. Like they were trying to quietly launch Riff's own spin-off without telling anybody. I want to live in the world of the Riff spin-off. Joe Phillips wrote and composed this, and I sincerely hope that man is thriving wherever he is right now, because this song is phenomenal. And look, I know this is going to be everyone's number 1. For some people, it might not even crack their top 10 or 15, but that's kind of the beauty of it. The song doesn't need nostalgia or legacy points to stand tall. It earns it on musicality, emotion, vibe, everything. This is the kind of song that can cheer me up from a bad day within seconds. It tapped into something that a lot of kids' music forgets. That raw, unfiltered joy of simply hearing music and loving it. It represents childhood innocence, a pure and unadulterated love of sound, and that wide-eyed lust for life you only really get to feel a few times in your whole life. You don't need to relate to riff, you don't need to be a musician, you just have to listen. We talk a lot about the big emotional Barney songs, the ballads, the lullabies, the tear-jerkers, but sometimes the most powerful message isn't there. Sometimes it's a little orange dinosaur yelling "Wowzer" into the mic. This song is a celebration of joy and love for the life you're granted, and we could all learn something from Riff. Whoa, this got way more existential than I meant it to.
Love ya!
And there you have it, the top 15 Barney songs of all time, according to me. Barney music doesn't always get the credit it deserves, but when it cooks, it really does cook. And I'm glad I finally got to make this video, even if it broke my brain trying to score all these songs against each other. If you made it this far, thank you. Seriously, I had so much fun making this, and I hope it brought back some memories or made you look at these songs in a new way. Or at the very least, I hope one of these songs is stuck in your head, because same. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Barney song is, or what your ranking would be, or how I made you super upset. I can take it. Mostly. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and join the Deskies for more nostalgic Barney nonsense. Hey, and you should share this with a friend of yours, or a Rift apologist. We're a small but mighty species. This has been the Barney Desk, and thanks for watching.